What is going on, everybody? It's Jew with another review of a book, comic book. But before we get to that, we'll let you know this is my channel where I'm going to be doing reviews on comics, films, games, fun stuff. Basically, fun stuff. If you have any recommendations for something I need to read or something I should be checking out, go ahead and let me know down below. If you're new, you know what to do. Follow or subscribe, leave comment, like. Also, all right, so this one is going to be on a different type of book that just came out, and I was unaware of. I just saw it when I was at the bookstore, and it's called American Jesus Revelation. Now, apparently, after some research, because after I got it, I realized there were other series, but I saw issue 1 here. But it shows that this was being made in other forms. I think the other one was called The Messiah. The New Messiah. Yeah. So there was one before it called The New Messiah. And then there was one, I think, way back in the early 2000s called something. Maybe it was just called American Jesus in general. I don't know. But this is American Jesus Revelation. And it's written by Mark Miller and Peter Gross and Tom Coker. Those are the makers. Well, I ain't going to say it's written by all of them. Mark Miller wrote it. Peter Gross is the artist. And Tom Coker is the artist. Now, what is this about? This is about something crazy as hell. It's very graphical. This is a very graphical. I think, to my opinion, I'm just gonna give you a quick rundown. What I think it's actually about is about people selling their soul to the devil. You know, like it's kind of like when someone says, "Okay, let's say for instance, like myself, I'm a nice guy, or let's say I'm a devoted, I don't know, I'm just a guy who runs by the books, but I became kind of broke. Let's say I became broke, so I decided that I'm going to be a complete asshole and do some very shady stuff so I can make $2-3 million now. That's kind of what this is, and I'm going to explain why I think that's what it is. So as a president, there's this guy in here, he's supposed to be, I guess, the president of the United States. It's called American Jesus, so it's based off America. He's going to be in the, I can't quite tell if he's president yet, or is he going to be president, because there's like a conversation where they're telling him that he needs a wife, he needs a woman so he can look like a family man and know that there's some good business going on in the bedroom of the White House and stuff like that. He has kids, but apparently he doesn't have a woman, so the conversation is a little graphical where he's talking about he wants someone that's this and this, but he also wants someone to look like this. So he wants a hot chick, basically, and he wants someone that's Christian-like, but then they gotta have somebody that's relatable with the public. So they found this girl, I guess I want to say she was a singer, and they told this girl, they said, you got to do this, you got to do this, or you find to be this so you could be this. She had to do certain things, and one of the things she had to do is change her ways, which is be more relatable. So that's selling her soul a little bit. So then the other one is she had to go do this like sacrifice. I can't tell you exactly what it is, like a crucifix. I ain't even gonna say all that. It's like something about they had to cut the blood from these babies and put it inside of her, and then it looked like the man was about to have like make love to her or have sex with her. It's very graphical, man. Like it's rough. But anyways, it gets past that part. It gets to the part where the president guy, the guy that's supposedly the president, is talking to her. Finally, I guess it's all been resolved, and or that part has, and now everything is in play. And there's this doctor explaining what's going on. There's something about they want control of the public, so they can install these microchips into them. So they have to manipulate the world to follow that, to make them believe that this and this is happening. It's some dark stuff going on. I believe the guy, people, like there's people that would read this and think of real life, because they even referred to like COVID. They referred to COVID in this and said, we got to get them to believe that this chip is going to keep track of your COVID, keep track of all this other stuff. We got to make them think this is going to happen, so they can take so he can come through, and this is going to happen. Well, it gets past all that conversation, and there's this lady at the end talking to her mom, and she's apparently she's she's probably the hero, but she can change faces. She explains how she was had the faces of different people so she could see the reality of what's going on in the world and see how people are being used. She had the face of the poor kid, being tortured in Rwanda, the old poor lady that was out, I want to say Jewish kid or something that was being tormented. I don't know. She basically explained that she had the face of all these different people because she could. It's almost like I want to say Mystique or Morpheus, like change her face. But I think she's like an angel or some type of god or something. But she's just a woman to her mother. Her mother's explained to her, like, there's a war that's about to happen. Do you need the help? And she's like, nah, she don't want the help. Because she's supposed to be fighting the Antichrist. And I'll tell you, to be honest with you, this is different. This is wild, and I'm gonna say it like this: it's good though. Like, it's good. I think some people be mildly disturbed, but it's good though. It'll pull you in because it's deep and it makes you think from a real standpoint. Like, man, it's like the conspiracies that you hear in real life. And it's like, what? So I this is another one I'm going to give a very good rating to. I'm going to give it an 8. And I know there's a lot of books I gave 7s and 6.5s and stuff like that. And I'm giving these crazy books 8s. Maybe it's just me. Like, for some reason, when I read something wild, I'm locked. I don't know. So, because there's this other one, I don't know why it's taking me so long to read that book. As a matter of fact, it's Noctera. I have the whole volume 1 of that, and that is good, and that's wild. And I'm reading that. I'm saying, like, I bet when I'm done with this, I'm gonna be giving it a good rating because so far I'm satisfied. But maybe that's me. I'm trying my hardest not to be biased on books, man. I try to look at it from a different standpoint. When I read some of this crazy stuff, I'm like, oh, I like it. It doesn't mean I'm crazy. It's just something about it keeps me tuned in. But anyways, yeah. So that's American Jesus Revelation issue 1. I think it's gonna be a 3 series issue. I can look on that, but I am fairly interested to see where this goes because it's getting crazy. Same with some of the others. Just to be honest, if I start a series from issue 1, I'm going to try to read it all the way through. There's one that I might struggle with that I had a video on about, but I'm thinking we'll try to finish it. So yeah. Tell me what you think if you take a look at that and if you read that. And tell me, am I crazy? Am I stupid for being into that? That's because that book is a little wild. But yeah, check it out.